Listen, I know it's been multiple months since the Evo Skeleton Barrel came out, but to prove to you that it's still the most uncounterable broken card in the game, I will be using Evo Skeleton Barrel with a level 11 Ice Spirit, level 12 Bat in mid ladder. Let's get it. So, Evo Skeleton, why is it uncounterable? Why is it the most broken card in the game? Well, there is Evil Baby Skeleton, but that thing, it got nerfed to 2 cycles, since now instead of every other cycle, it needs to, oh shoot, I bit my tongue. Ooh. Either way, as I was saying, Evil Baby Dragon, it used to take 2 cycles, 1 cycle. Now it takes two. And you might be thinking, hey, what's another broken cycle? Well, you might be thinking, hey, maybe Cannon. Cannon's pretty good. Yeah, but Cannon isn't. Yeah, but Cannon doesn't spawn a little skeleton army. All right, let's go for Ice Golem. And let's go for Ice Spirit. Try and tank this. Try and take it all out. And let's go for let's go for that. You might be thinking, hey, Dark Goblin's pretty awesome too, right? Wrong! Dark Goblin is awesome, but here's the thing. They nerfed it pretty heavily, so now the poison doesn't last as much. And the poison, I forgot, but yeah, poison doesn't do as much, and it doesn't hit as fast. So the poison does not stack as much. And you know what the best thing about Evil Skeleton Barrel is? You can use it on defense. I did not need to use it on defense there, but I just wanted to show you guys that the defense on this card, the defensive potential on this card is absolutely broken. So, why is it so great? Well, one, defensive potential. Two, offensive potential. It does 500, 700. It does like three fireball damage. And every time it lands, actually, it does a fireball worth of damage. And then three, great offense. It just spawned a Skarmy. So I'm gonna try and show you guys. I am a bad player, but let me show. Every time, man. I know I'm a bad player, but I am confident that I can show you guys the power. Holy moly, I am really bad at the game. But I am a bad player, but I am quite confident that I can showcase to you guys the power of Evil Skeleton Barrel and how even me, an absolute bum player, can absolutely destroy, not destroy, but like at least try and like squeeze out a win against other players in mid ladder. Okay, we do bait out a log there, which is awesome. Which is not awesome because I don't. What do we don't even have even if it logs nothing, but that's okay. Let's just Ice Golem there, Ice Golem there, Dark Goblin there. Hopefully Dark Goblin comes over to help or not because that was all part of the plan. All right, let's go for. All right, let's try and activate King Tower. Actually, you know what? Let's split Evil Skeletons. Try and get him a little bit off guard, and then right when he thinks he's all safe and snuggly, let's just Vines there. And then let's go for Ice Golem right there. Ooh, actually, it probably should have Ice Golem so the what was it? So the Mega Knight jumps on that. But yeah, all right, let's go for Skeleton Barrel. There's Vines right there. Skeleton's there to try and hook it all down. All right, you know we are down. You know, this is not a really good example of showing you how why Evil Skeleton Barrel is the best card in the game. But either way, my point still stands. This game might not be the one, but next game it will. Next game, surely, I will try and showcase the game, the power of Evil Skeleton Barrel. You know what? I've only got one Evil Skeleton Barrel that game, and he has this Executioner, which mid ladder players do not have. Mid ladder players love playing Mega Knight. All right, so horrible representation. I found that was not a good, that's not the best representation I could give, but you guys gotta trust me. It is a broken card. In this game, I'll focus more on just cycling Evil Skeleton over and over and over again. All right, level 12 badge is not gonna cut it with the level 14 towers and level 15 cards, but hopefully we'll be fine. Let's just go for a little under level push here. All right, level 14 P.E.K.K.A. What can we do about the level 14 P.E.K.K.A? Nothing. We can cry about it. All right, you know what? Let's go for. I really don't like leaking, but you know what? Let's go for Dark Goblin back and let's try and kite. All right, let's just go for Skeletor right away. As I said, we're gonna be trying cycling to Evil Skeleton to try. What the heck? All right, let's try and go for bats right there. This guy's an absolute fiend. All right, he did actually. Okay, that is not good. All right, horrible Dark Goblin there. All right, looks like we lose a tower. First thing in the morning. First thing. But all right, I'm just gonna let that slide. That is, it's all right. It's all okay. All part of the plan, guys. All part of the plan. But yeah, let's try and cycle Skeleton Barrel. Now, do I have a lot of like potential with this deck? No, not really, because I just Ice Spirit and just the only defensive. Oh, one tap. Oh, that's disgusting. The only defense I'm relying on is Ice Golem, some under level bats and Ice Spirit. But hopefully that's enough. Under level Ice Spirit is hopefully enough. Ugh, that is nasty. All right, you know what? Let's wait for the wizard to lock on actually, and then let's try and kite that P.E.K.K.A over there. And then how about we just actually not do that? That sounds awesome. All right, Evil Skeleton Barrel. We do have that. His only counter should be Wizard. So another thing, the great thing about Skeleton Barrel is that additionally into it, oh my, what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is when you put Skeleton Barrel and I'm trying to catch him off guard. When you put Skeleton Barrel and you also put, and you put Dark Goblin, it makes it really hard to log in. It looks like we'll actually 3-crown him from an Evil Skeleton. It looks like, I might have to make a new video. Why Evil Skeleton is the greatest card in the game. Alright, we actually take the tower though, which is kind of crazy. Why Evil Skeleton is the best card in the game? Either way, why are all the evil skeletons like Evil Skeleton Barrel, Evil Skeleton Army, Evil Skeleton? They're all decent. Evil Skeleton actually is such I don't feel like Evil Skeleton it's kind of mid because even though in some niche situations it's such game changer, like the one you just saw last game. But alright, what am I thinking? I did not think correctly. Oh my god, my brain was out of the place. But we activate King Tower on purpose. Alright, so let's go for Skeleton Barrel there. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. Look, Skeleton Barrel there, Dark Goblin there, and I'm not sure if he has logged, but here, it makes it kind of awkward for him to log here because he doesn't know. Awkward for me because I'm a bad player. But as I was saying, when you do. Alright, let's try and cycle to our cannon. I don't have cannon. I should have put cannon in his deck. Alright, we do take care of that in exchange for throwing all of our elixir at it, but hopefully we'll be fine. We do not have a morsel of damage, but let's try and just cycle Skeleton Barrel. Listen, Skeleton Barrel, and on top of that, the different as I was saying, Skeleton Barrel, the Evil Skeleton Barrel, when it drops differently, when it drops differently, it kind of messes up their timing. So sometimes it even catches your opponents off guard, and it lets them kind of log weirdly. So sometimes your second wave actually hits when your first wave doesn't. And I was hoping that the skeleton would survive, and alright. Something I really like to do with Evil Skeleton, I split them up. And here, mid-ladder, people really like ignoring stuff. So then when that sneaky one skeleton sneaks onto the tower, you actually do get a nice connection. And let me showcase my example of Evil Skeleton Barrel being absolutely broken here. Maybe even with the Dark Goblin here. And let's not do what I said. Okay, so he did have Tesla, but Okay, we do actually get a decent amount of damage on the tower. And should I have Vines? Yes, I should probably Vines. Will I? No. Alright. We do get a ginormous chunk of damage to increase our lead up, and let's skeletons there, and actually let's bat. Alright, every time he does a hog rider, we actually do have to throw every single bit of our elixir onto that hog rider. But you know what that means? That means we can cycle to our Skeleton Barrel even more. Now awesome, double elixir, 2 times elixir just hit the moment we needed it to. And also, here's the thing. His Tesla is 4 elixir, and I have a 2.0 average cost. That means I cycle my Skeleton Barrel faster than he can cycle to his evil one. Let's wait for the Firecracker to come over, and let's just completely ignore everything because I'm a bad player. And let's do that, and that should take care of it. Okay. The King Tower activation does come in clutch, and the Skeleton Barrel at the back, hopefully to try and get that Tesla up and down and dying in time. You know what? Let's go for a sneaky. Alright, I know he's gonna try and do something sneaky here. Yep, there we go. And let's actually go for a let's go for sneaky Evil Skeleton push, and let's go for bat, and let's go for that. And how about we actually do go for a sneaky little skeleton player to try and catch him off guard? We do. I should not have let that hit because the skeletons do not die actually. And let's go there. I sense a little Dark Goblin Barrel there, and let's go there. Hopefully we do let. Okay, awesome. The Valkyrie is dead, and none of the Evo skeletons connect, but we do get an insane amount of damage. Come on, Hugo, you gotta lock in, man. You cannot be losing to 2.1. Oh, maybe he won't. 2. Okay, clutch Vines. He does get a shot up, but that's okay. You cannot be losing to 2.1 Skeleton Barrel cycle. So let's keep on cycling Skeleton Barrel because I feel like his only response is Tesla. And next one is an Evo. So we'll keep that in mind. So the skeletons, just cycle skeletons. Let's do boom, boom, boom. And let's hopefully log that as quick as possible. Okay, we do take a bit of damage, which I do not like. But let's ice golem there. Alright, I am kind of blanking out here. Our Flix Vines there. And then let's go for No shots. That is awesome sauce. All right, let's go for a well played. Thank you, man. Let's go for a sneaky little. He doesn't have log button. How about we go for a sneaky evil skeletons right there, and we do take the game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is an absolute masterclass showcase of what, not masterclass, just a lucky showcase, but showcase of why Evil Skeleton is an absolutely broken card. And we will go for one last one because I don't know. I just feel like playing one last one because wait. Real Jimin from 고은 대학교 전자공학과. I have no idea what that means, but I have no idea what that means, but it says something something college something. And if you did not know, I'm actually Korean, so I can speak Korean, read Korean, I'm fluent in Korean. So anyone who speaks Korean, hit me up. What am I saying? This is Evil Skeleton Barrel video. Alright, Evil Skeleton Barrel. Awesome, P.E.K.K.A. So hopefully, let's try and see. Alright, let's try and cycle our Evil Spirit onto the P.E.K.K.A. because it's not level enough to hit the tower. So let's try and see if he has some air, something like that hits air. So then we can try. Awesome. So let's Vines that. Let that hit once. Vines, so then we can kill the wizard and the P.E.K.K.A. Alright, awesome. What I was trying to say was, hopefully he does have. And let's just completely miss the. Alright, let's go there. What I was trying to say was, hopefully he does have something to try and hit. Ooh, okay, it's gonna be rough. Ice Spirit. Ooh, never mind. Okay, what I was trying to say was, hopefully he has something that can hit air, so that my Skeleton Barrel can pop down and try and counter that P.E.K.K.A. Because Evil Skeleton Barrel is just like a Skarmy on the air that just comes down and drops a ginormous boom nuke. Alright, let's go for Skeleton Barrel. We know he has Wizard, so we'll keep it in mind. We don't know what his building is. That is the building, but it's a bit late. Let's see. He's gonna try and Wizard, or that works too. Alright, let's go. Alright. Something I really gotta work on is trying to like throw my vine. Like before I know he's gonna if I know he's gonna play something, I gotta place that vines down in time, man. But alright, let's go for skeletons here. And hopefully I'm a bit under level, but hopefully the under level is made up by, I don't know, commentary or something. Because I know it's more fun to watch someone who's like more over leveled at the game. Alright, let's go for a push, ginormous push on, by ginormous I mean like a very small push on the other side. Alright, let's actually try and Dark Goblin here. Actually, I feel like that wizard is the bigger threat, so let's find that. And let's skeletons just surround him, and let's wait for that. Okay, Dark Goblin does hit the other tower. So let's go for, nah, I don't have Elixir. I was trying to put Skeleton Barrel in front, but I realized it'd be too slow. Alright, awesome. Dark Goblin is sniping him from across the arena, man. Alright, that does set us up for an amazing thing right here. Alright, let's let the wizard get one shot on the thing, or not. Let him get 0 shots. So the skeletons hook on the tower, and look at that. Skeleton Barrel, Skeleton Barrel itself, when it's a little bit over leveled, I personally think it's an awesome card. Alright. We don't have vines, so let's actually just try and live here. How about we vines that? Try and get rid of that wizard. And perfect. How about we just kite the ice golem, and we do predict that where it goes. Predict. By predict, see what I did there? Predict. Alright, let's go for that. And unfortunately he does have Evil Tesla, which is not good. But fortunately for us, he does not the Evil Tesla does not pop back up. So we can go for that. And he does Goblin Barrel, which it's gonna be a normal one. I expected it to be like a tricky one because I'm low-key a bum. And let's stop leaking elixir, stop talking, and then let's save the ice golem for something sneaky, and let's go actually. Oh, that's supposed to be a vine. Let's vines right there. Ooh, okay. Very, very bad vines for me. Very bad vines. So let's try and outcycle him as much as we can. Alright, let's try and just ice golem. Alright, awesome sauce. Let's try and snag that. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit rough. We were gonna have to tank a couple wizard shots, or not, or we can just lose right there. We do end the loss, but I feel like I am a bad player. Have a good night.